Mark, how are you?
So I'm going to sit back down here in my fake living room while you tell us about the exciting things that you're doing with Filevine and DOMO and some of the announcements that you have to make.
I appreciate that. Thanks so much, Mark. It was really great hearing Craig's story. I've worked closely with him to help define and hone those metrics and things that he presented on, and it's my pleasure today to just share with you briefly the new upgrades and updates that we want to present to you. We found out that these are upgrades that are needed to be done so that we can really unshackle you from the limitations you've had, and we're calling this new offering Periscope 2.0. Essentially, in the old model, you would come to me with your requests, you'd schedule meetings with me, you'd consult with me about certain kinds of metrics, how to build your Filevine system to produce them, and then I would work with you to have the output that you saw with Craig. Craig's met with me a lot, that's why he's got a really well built out page. Our new 2.0 offering will now allow you to do all of those updates and changes yourselves. This is huge. Huge not just for my personal life and stress and everything there, but it allows you to no longer be limited to my limitations and imaginations of kinds of reports. We want you to be in the driver's seat to make the decisions that are going to affect the metrics and KPIs that you track. That's the first thing. The second thing, I actually got a list of it right here, she probably pulled it up, that we want to offer with this is that it is permissions governed. So with that, if you have certain employees or departments that should have access to certain reports and metrics, but not others, you're now able to do that. You can set that access on a per page level, per report level, or even a per row of data level, meaning they can look at this page right here, we call it an active inventory page, of all of these reports, but their reports will only reflect data in which they are listed as the attorney or the case manager or the paralegal, whatever rules that you set. This is huge because we know that everybody, if they were able to have this data at their fingertips, will work more efficiently, will get you better case results, and ultimately be able to manage their workload better. And the last thing that this new 2.0 product is offering is it is templatized, and let's go into that. So this is going to be our new demo page. For those of you that have never used DOMO or Periscope before, this is what it's going to look like when we initially have this conversation with you. We have crafted and honed several pages of reports on this left-hand side that really focus on the types of metrics that we see happening or occurring most frequently for firms that want to know this information. When you purchase Periscope, you will get this template as a springboard. You will get all of the pages and the metrics and even the demo data behind it that's powering these reports so that you can then connect the dots from your Filevine system to how these reports work. So let me just kind of go through some of these pages with the remaining time that I have. We start with this command center page. I love the idea of a command center and that you're in a fighter jet and you've got all your gauges and clusters and everything right there. You can customize this to what's most important to you. This is obviously all powered by Filevine data. If you're a firm like Craig's and you want to be measuring what those intake metrics are on a month-by-month basis, you can do that. You can see what your current inventory value is. You set up what your dashboards or command center looks like. From here, you can actually click on any one of these and it'll take you to the corresponding page. So I clicked here to intake. It is now going to take me to my intake page of metrics where I can look at each one of these charts as they are presented. If I wanted to look at a particular intake staff like Blake, I click on his name and the reports now pivot instantly to just Blake's data or where Blake is the intake staff or personnel performing that. We can do that with projections. We've looked at active case inventory as well. But ultimately, we feel that these are the kinds of metrics that most law firms are typically interested in. Now again, this is just a springboard. The purpose of a springboard is to launch you higher. We want you to use this as a base to begin to craft and hone what your specific driving metrics are. Craig talked a lot about the metrics that are important to him, which were huge, and he's graciously opened that out to anybody to copy his stuff. Filevine users, from my experience, have a wonderful way to look at how their law firm works and to customize what metrics mean most to them. We're hoping that with this new product, you guys will now have all of the opportunities to build that as you see fit and not have those kinds of limitations. We'll give you projections data. Craig had shown some of his demographic information as well here too. We have all of this stuff built and ready for you based on what you want to do. a lot of firms should use this as well to identify new areas they need to build in Filevine to record new data points. So Craig talked about his case wrap-up earlier, and that he was talking about employees and their performances there. I always recommend that firms record when they get a review, an online review, where that was, when it was, what the rate or the score is. When you record that data, we can plot that out over a graph here and find out, what are my office locations reviews statuses like? What's my online presence look like across Google, Yelp, Legal Match, FindLaw.com? Which one of my attorneys has the highest 5 or 4-star ratings, right? These are all metrics I encourage you to do, but you'll now have the opportunity to build that yourself. That's what I wanted to show you today. It's a brand new offering that we are rolling out this year. Please come by, talk to me in our booth that we have set up here. I have all the details with you. I'd love to chat with every one of you, answer any other additional questions you have. But this has been my project and my baby for a while, and I'm happy to present it to you.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Logan. I think it's awesome what you guys are doing here with Filevine and with DOMO. And what I would say is, as much as I'm sure everybody's loved coming to you to get all of their updates to their dashboards made, we found it's the same thing with my team. We're a limited team. There's only so much that we can do. So giving the power to the people has become really important to us, and allowing that kind of self-service analytics. I'm so excited about what you guys are doing with that. So thanks. That's our time. Thanks so much for your time today, and good luck with everything.
You're so golden.